Greetings, my name is Trevor, and we're going to be unboxing something I've been waiting for about 2 months for, and I know many of you are also waiting for, and that is the purchases from Severn's 2023 Black Friday sale. So, shall we get started? Let's open this up. Do 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 do. Ha ha. What do we have here? Oh, damn boxes. We have packing material. What I've been waiting for. Pew! 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 The first item in the box is a film called Stir. It was made back in 1974 and is a classic of Ozploitation. It's the first time that this has ever been on disc in the United States, and trust me, we will definitely be talking about this further on Ambassador Radio in other episodes. This is kind of a blind buy for me, but one that was at least a little bit educated. Buddy Giovinazzo was the director and writer of the infamous film Combat Shock, and this is one of his later offerings called The Unscarred. As I said, it was a blind buy. I don't know anything about this film, but figured we'd give it a shot. Our next item is a film by Giuliano Montalvo called Closed Circuit. First time it's been available in North America on the home video market, and it is kind of a meta film, a giallo that takes place in a theater, but does it on more of a serious bent than, say, Bava's Demons film. So I'm very excited about this release, and I will be doing a segment on this film called Closed Circuit. A little bit of an older release, but one of the better films by the legendary Al Adamson called Dracula vs. Frankenstein, which also comes with Brain of Blood, which I think I own 3 copies of Brain of Blood now, and honestly, it's not that great a film. But this particular one is Al Adamson at his best or worst, depending on how you look at it. Raiders of the Living Dead. This is kind of an oddity from the 1980s. It is a zombie film, but most people saw it on terrestrial network television. So it's, has a little bit of a, not necessarily a kiddie vibe, but it's interesting. And this is one of the first times that it's been presented on Blu-ray. One of the things about this Severn sale is how it really embraces the Italian horror film of the 1980s, late 1980s, and 1990s. This is a film called Spider Labyrinth. I don't know a great deal about it, except it is supposed to be over the top, have some very interesting special effects, and it is supposed to be one of the better of the late 1980s, 1990s Italian films. This is also on 4K and is full with all kind of wonderful bonus features. Next, we have The Dead One, which was a film that very few people have seen. This is the worldwide HD premiere of the film. It is said by the great publication Bleeding Skull, it is a Skid Row 1960s version of I Walk with a Zombie, made by Total Lunatics. So yet again, I'll be talking about this one more in depth in the future. But this is the kind of stuff that I love Severn for, the real oddities. Now, let's look at the meat and potatoes of the Black Friday sale. And that was the beautiful releases of the master of late 1980s, 1990s Italian horror cinema, Michele Soavi. Michele Soavi shows up in so many legendary Italian films, whether it be for Joe D'Amato, Steve Masakesi, of course, the same person, Lamberto Bava, Dario Argento. He was an actor. He also appears in City of the Living Dead, but he also was assistant director and kind of pretty much did anything that was needed by some of these great Italian horror film directors. He just sucked up all that goodness and produced some really awesome films. The first one is called The Church. Now, this is also in high definition and 4K and is filled with all kind of wonderful extras. It is a supernatural film, but in no way is it a Exorcist ripoff or even a ripoff in any way. It's a very original film with a lot of amazing visuals. Soavi followed The Church with La Cita, or La Secte. This, again, is another devil-worshipping film, cult film, and it is very original. It, yet again, it's not a, rip-off style that, unfortunately tends to be associated with Italian cinema. Soavi, who is now pretty much doing only television, I wish he would do horror again because he's so good at it. This is one of his lesser known but equally wonderful films. Now, the crown jewel in The Severn Sale is a movie that is probably one of the two most important zombie films to come out in the 1990s. Now, I know you're going to complain about this because you're going to throw things at me like 28 Days Later. I'm throwing these at you. Pew. 28 Days Later, all these films are wonderful, but the two that really made an impact were Peter Jackson's Dead Alive, aka Brain Dead, which was made before he went on to bigger and better things like King Kong and Lord of the Rings. The other one was Michele Soavi's Della Morte della Muerte, which was released in the United States as Cemetery Man. The source material is actually an Italian comic book called Dylan Dog. There's elements of romance. There's this amazing gothic quality. There's this really, not sadistic, but at least, really freaky humor to the whole thing. And Rupert Everett gives one of the best roles of his life. And unfortunately, Rupert Everett is not as remembered as much as he should. So this is the crown jewel of The Severn Sale, a film that has been vigorously requested by film fanatics for many, many years. Also got some random merch. Who doesn't want a sticker of Lucio Fulci as a zombie? There's so many places I could stick this. On my cat, on my hat, on my car. Wonderful stuff. Now, when I ordered this goes along with the Michele Soavi films. It's a keychain of one of the demons in the church. And when I bought it, it looked so much larger than it is. And, very rarely does one say, thank God it's not that big. In this case, I am, because I can actually use it as a keychain and not puncture my scrotum by mistake in my pocket. So, yeah. The final two items from this particular order were new t-shirts for Black Friday. This was a must-buy. Don't Go in the House, in my opinion, one of the top 5 video nasties of all time. Couldn't say no to it. And also in that celebration, a Michele Soavi, a wonderful t-shirt that is based around the art and also the demons in the church. So thank you for allowing me to unbox this stuff with you. Stay tuned for further reviews and other things. And until next time, I'll see you on the flip side.